This is Kurt Taville with Got a Punch Boxing News, and I am live once again to discuss Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh. The 5 for 5 people, when he wakes up, Bill Keevaney. You guys are clowning me. You guys are clowning me here. You guys come in, hit that like button as I see you guys have done. Appreciate you all. Fury versus Usyk needs to happen. Even if Fury loses, there's no shame in that. Fury will still have options, even if he lost. Wilder, not so much. Well, I don't. We don't know. I mean, Tyson. If he loses the Usyk, man, I mean, he will have options. I'm pretty sure. But then I don't think he would like the options that he would have. Coming from a guy that says I'm the best fighter that ever came out of his mom's, you know what? Saying stuff like that and then have to turn around and swallow those words. That's got to be a kind of a hurtful thing. Stuart, where's Kurt? What time did I schedule this thing for? I could have sworn it was for oh. Fury is done if he loses. Kurt is like 30 minutes late. Was I? Let's see here. No, it can't be. But anyway. All right, let's see. I've always believed we won't see Fury versus AJ. Well, the way it's looking, we won't. I think if Fury beats Usyk, we won't. Now, if he loses to Usyk, maybe that's if he kind of recovers from what he went through from getting beat by the middleweight Ukrainian. Now, if it's a situation where he's humble and cognitive and you know understanding of what happens and and all he does, that's different. I think Ben doing joining AJ would be the final straw for Fury. Ben knows all of Fury's weakness. Stewart, now that's absolutely positively correct. The one person that knows it, and see, Ben actually said some things. If you guys, this is maybe 3 years ago. Ben kind of let the cat out of the bag, saying, "Oh, well, I know the Fury resets after every third, whatever. He resets after every so often, like stuff like that. Yeah, you can captivate on. Yeah, you can. I know Tyson. And here's the thing: I think Ben doesn't want to be a total asshole. I don't think he wants to be that guy that can totally figure Tyson out. You know, see, the Crunk style is just go in, rush in, and attack. That's how I look at it. I don't really see, you know, Tyson changing all that much, especially if Tyson has to, pick up, put on his sneakers and go for a run. If he has to get on his sneakers and go for a run, I think that's the problem. I think if he does that and he does have to use his legs, I think Ben Davidson knows every aspect of that game. Ben wouldn't coach AJ versus Fury. I don't think he would though. I mean, that's is like I think that's Ben's way of saying, you know what? Nah. Bill Fury tossed Ben on the scrap heap, reduced Ben to a T-boy. Yeah, according to Kurt, Ben left Luke. Yeah, he did. He didn't want to be. Listen, he's made mental notes of that. It's not like Tyson fired him. Okay, Tyson Fury did not fire. But you guys that just saw my video about Vladimir Klitschko versus who he feels who will win on JJ and Tyson Fury, that's what I told you guys. But he said that numerous times. They couldn't come to an agreement on, how Tyson will fight because Javen Sugar Hill was a different type of fighter and he had a different approach that Ben Davidson wasn't comfortable with based on how the first fight with Deontay went. It wasn't anything that had anything to do with other fights. He just felt Tyson was like, well, hey, I'm going to go in and smash this guy to bits. That's why a lot of people didn't believe Tyson Fury could do what he did simply because of the style that he did it and the way that he did it. He went in there and beat up Deontay Wilder. Smashed him to bits. And since he smashed him to bits, a lot of people were like, and myself, because I was like, man, did Tyson Fury just go in there and beat up Deontay Wilder like that? Yeah, he did. And see, with Ben Davison had the defensive, careful approach. Jab from the outside. You got the reach advantage. You have the boxing ability and the experience. Box this guy's face off. There's no need to go in there and boosh, boosh, boosh. And really thinking about it, I think Tyson Fury understood that he could, because he even said, I hurt this guy in like he hurt him in the 12th round or the 11th. He hurt Deontay. He did. He made Deontay buckle. I seen that. When they slowed that down after Tyson Fury peeled himself off the canvas, Tyson Fury was able to catch Wilder with a shot that Wilder didn't see, and he was buckled. And I think Wilder was, Wilder's tough, but like sometimes ignorance is bliss. Sometimes you don't know how hurt you are until you're just hurt. You know what I mean? This is boxing. If you get hit in the head, you don't cognitively know how hurt you are. You don't know, like, oh man, I'm really hurt. Some people do. Some people find out quick because their legs give way. Okay. He'd prefer Bill. Yeah, he would prefer that. Wake up, Kurt. I'm up, people. AJ has evolved. He doesn't seem too interested in technical combos anymore. He's hit with intent and precise and devastating 1-2s. No, not necessarily. I think people misunderstand AJ. I think AJ loves combinations. I think, he loves combinations, but he also understands that the punches, the 1-2s that he does throw and land, they're more powerful than like 4 or 5 punch combinations. So, it is what it is. Does anybody ever believe that he'll show up? Mamalu 50-50, but he doesn't have to pay 10 million. Yeah, he'll show up, He'll show up. The flight from Ireland is long. Kurt ain't forgot about you, big man. I'm just waiting till payday. Much love. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah, I'll send those over to you. I will have those in. Your orders on standby, so just let me know when you get paid, and we'll take care of your shirts and send them on over there of that location you be. Boxing needs took back to yesteryear of roll up, fight the champion with a sandwich. Okay. Touches his nose is what Ben said. Yeah, well, that's kind of resetting, like he kind of, you know, um, that can be useful though. Yeah, I don't think Tyson's losing that money. It's 10 mil. Uh, you know how much Bolivian flake I can buy with that? But Fury can also afford to pay 10 million if he don't want to show up. Well, I don't think he would want to. That would be crazy. I mean, I think him paying $10 million to Usyk if he doesn't want to fight now would pretty much destroy that fight. If you don't want like the way that fight becomes less significant, that's easy. That's 100% easy. Let him have to pay 10 million. If Tyson Fury has to pay 10 million, he's willing to pay 10 million. Nobody will really want to watch that fight because people will already understand Tyson Fury, you're full of it. So Tyson, we're done. We're done with you. I mean, you can't fight this little dude that's beat up AJ, and AJ's beat up everybody that you've beat up recently. They would be sick of him. Kurt, do you know this week Pulev versus Char for the WBA regular title in Bulgaria? Why not Zhang will fight the winner? Zhang probably has bigger fights coming. I mean, why would Zhang fight for a smaller regular title when Zhang himself can either fight Parker to get his WBO interim back, and that guarantees a shot at the big boy title or titles, or he can fight Deontay Wilder, a former WBC champion. I would go that route. I wouldn't worry about these little titles. I wouldn't, because they mean very little. Let's just be real. They mean very little. No man born from his mother won't fight for 10 million. As much as a big AJ fan that I am, I feel it's wrong if Usyk don't get his rematch. As much as I'd love to see Fury AJ, I feel they ain't giving Usyk his respect for treating him with respect. Well, I just think it's Usyk's job to understand that his back is against the wall and he needs to fight. Um, he needs to fight and win. I don't like Usyk. Unfortunately, I think the war is over, ain't it? I don't think he has too many of those advantages. How the anti-Fury rhetoric going, lads? Dear Kurt, is Wilder really fighting Zhang? I'm not sure. I know it's not set in stone like people claim. I know that. Wilder fighting Zhang. Bars! We got a super chat in the building. Lace some up. Coming in with that Cinco. Appreciate you, lace them up. Thank you for the super chat. Bravo. In the building. Keep them coming. Zhang got to fight Parker again. Well, Parker has to fight Zhang again. Let's get that right. It ain't the fact that he got to fight Parker again. Zhang has the rematch clause, not Parker. So we got to get that straight. So if Zhang decides to fight someone else, Parker's off the hook to do whatever he wants to do, and he takes that WBO interim title with him. Okay? So, yeah, we got to get that right now. It ain't the fact that, Zhang got to fight Parker. No, Parker has to fight Zhang. That's the reality of it. Fight and win gets his respect, Kurt. Well, listen, you just better hope Alexander Usyk has better clout than Francis did. Francis, went in here and did something that he didn't supposed to do. I don't think the judges were and the world was ready for a fight like that. I think if they knew it was closer, they would anticipate it being closer. I mean, the scorecards were close. So, it is what it is. Fury wants to be the WWE champ. Mm. Well, how about the UFC champ? Go in there and fight John Jones and let him kick your kneecaps inward. That's just what Jones does. He kicks your kneecaps inward, then he wrestles you and gives you elbows and knees. you know. Carl Young, what's up, Kurt? Missed your lives yesterday. Glad I could catch today. Salute, my friend. Salute to you, my brother Carl. How you doing? Counterpunch. Glad to see you here. Problem with Usyk is he don't say much, so people forget him, I feel, but he needs to beat Fury and beat him well to be seen and heard and make his mark because people forgetting him, real talk. Well, okay. Alexander Usyk needs to really go ahead and I just think that he's really a fighter that, and I don't want to be pessimistic, but I've seen fighters, Jack Catterall, Josh Taylor, Edislandi Lara, Paul Williams. We've seen it countless times where we've seen a Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. That's not as bad because at least Evander didn't take a L. Okay, he didn't take a L. Um, I just feel that if they're going to give it to somebody, they're going to give it to somebody. Usyk got beat by Dickinson. I don't know who that is. Jarrell the obese Miller. Jarrell the diabetes Miller. Arism. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. What's funny is ever since Turkey told Oscar, we will miss you, Oscar started that we will all need to work together. He doesn't want to be left behind, and that's a good way to be left behind when you don't join the bandwagon of success when it comes to momentum. He has to jump on the bandwagon of momentum. That's Turki Alalshikh. When you have somebody that's willing, that has the money to put fights together, the last thing you want to do is say some shit like Oscar De La Hoya said. Oscar De La Hoya was all like, we don't need you, Turki Alalshikh. We don't need your money. Those fights need to be in America and all that. And Turkey doesn't care about Oscar because Oscar really doesn't. Okay, he doesn't have a huge backing. Is he at a resistance? A very small one. Who does he really have that he could choose? He could fight with Bob Arum, but I mean Bob, like, dude, Bob don't care at this point. ESPN and Golden Boy, they could fight. They've done business together. But when you had all that talent over there, all those champions, all that money, Oscar would be a fool to say he doesn't need that. He even got with Eddie Hearn, and he can't stand Edward. Edward Hearn? I can't stand you, Edward Hearn. Oscar the Turkey is a little fish, let's be real. Could he fight Dixon Sidham? I don't know who that is. Dixon Sidham. Hello again, Kurt. Counterpunch to you. Hope you are good still. The H is mute, by the way. The H is mute, by the way. Okay. My guy Kurt, salute from the UK, my G. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the pounds in the building. Appreciate your stash 360 in the building. St. Don, when England loses, all the racist beer bellies will be crying, and so will Fury. Remember that video of Fury in 2016, Euros in France representing England. Okay. Once Oscar loses what few silver eggs in his stable, he'll be yesterday's news. It looks like it because, I mean, if Ryan gets beat, Ryan will pretty much be obsolete. You got Virgil Ortiz, but he's injured. You have Jaime Mugia, and Canelo knocks him out. Oscar doesn't like Oscar De La Hoya doesn't have many options, and I think he knows that. I think him looking at his landscape, he doesn't have that Canelo no more. Ryan Garcia ain't the new Canelo. Ryan Garcia is just Ryan Garcia smelling himself like he's always smelt himself. You know, who is a bigger dog, Sir Alexander, the middleweight Usyk, or Anthony, the bodybuilder Joshua? No comment on that one. Wizard of Oz. Good morning, Kurt. Turkey is the man at the moment. Yeah. But it does make me curious. What's wrong with Turkey Alalshikh? I mean, the guy's he's like early 40s and he's having health problems. So I'm thinking, like, okay, what's going on with Turkey Alalshikh? Does he have cancer, or does he have some kind of rare disease or something? Because I mean, he's doing things rapidly fast. It's almost scary that these things are going and taking place so fast, and he's making them happen. Now we have the 5 for 5. Okay, in this video and this live stream, yeah, we're going to discuss the 5 for 5, but then it's not really about the 5 for 5. It's about Andy Kung Fu Panda Ruiz. They are both obsessed with food. um, no, it's about what's going on in Wembley. That's what this is about. Everybody heard of the 5 for 5. Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren once agreed once again. That is really not a big thing to me anymore. Why? Because it's already happened. These guys have already staged an event together, and it's been a very successful event together. For the people that hate each other as far as network or promotional worshipers, they may not like it because they don't like the idea of these guys fighting together because they're fans of whoever. But I think that is that. The significance of this live stream, people, is to understand that Turki Alalshikh, after the 5 versus 5, wants to host an event in Wembley in the UK. Okay, in the UK. They are there. He understands, like, hey, everything can't be in Saudi Arabia. That's what the significance of this live stream is about. He's saying that, hey, I'm going to have a heavyweight fight in Wembley. So what does that tell me? That tells me this. That tells me that the most important thing that Tyson Fury can do, for everybody that rocks with Tyson Fury, that everybody that thinks Fury will beat the little middleweight, if he beats the little middleweight, he has more money than he can ever imagine. And I'm not talking about this fight May 18th. I'm talking about what happens in Wembley, because that fight is for all the marbles. That fight is like the end of the rainbow in that pot of gold. That fight in Wembley concerning European British fighters is the fight that matters. That's what we're here to talk about. So, yeah, Turki Alalshikh let that out of the bag on the 5 versus 5 at the end of that video. He's going and taking his money to invest it outside of Saudi Arabia. That's what we want to talk about. Do you think Fury beats Alexander? We'll see at this point. I chose Usyk to beat Fury just because, the hesitant Fury being difficult, saying this, saying that. But I mean, he's always been wishy washy. But, it's just something about this particular fight. The Steve Cunningham fight was his toughest fight. But I'm like, okay, he's a small guy too. You know what I mean? But then he goes back and he calls, Alexander Usyk a stiff white man, and he's a stiff white man now, and he want to know stiff white man that will ever be able to beat me. You know what I mean? Man, he sounds like Bernard Hopkins, Devin Haney, now Tyson Fury. I'm not white, I'm Irish gypsy. We got a different swag. Fury is the laziest chump in years. Sean McKinney. Wow. Ngannou is finished. Glad he got paid. Renan Ferreira is going to retire him when he goes back to MMA. Well, he may be comfortable, man. If he gets knocked out in the UFC, he just needs to retire, man. He's got all the money and he's made all the money. He's had a brilliant paycheck retirement plan. Yeah, Tony Lyons. Yeah, he said that too. Kurt, if you have the opportunity to spar between Fury and Usyk, who will you be sparring with? I don't know. I think both of them beat the shit out of me. Wilder, I mean, just Fury's so big, you know. Then he can move. Like, he might hit you in the solar plexus, knock all your wind out. Come on, you Udalsa. Usyk is not small. He's 6'3" and over 220 pounds. Yeah, so he's my height, but I don't want to get pieced up by Usyk. Usyk will probably give you a boxing lesson. I think probably Usyk because he will try not to hurt you. I think Tyson Fury, with all the shit I said about him over the last 9 months or so, he'll probably be out to get me. Come on, I'm gonna whoop you, Dalsa. Come on. Nah, I don't think so. I think I'll go with Usyk. Yes, Ngannou Park got paid. That's what it's about. He has a wonderful story. He went through hell and high water to get to where he eventually got to. And I'm not really even talking about the UFC. I'm talking about boxing. UFC got him some clothes on his back and a place to stay. Boxing made him happy ever after. Understand that. That ain't UFC that did that. Boxing did that. The 2 fights that he had in boxing can put him in a happy, beautiful, comfortable position, unlike UFC. UFC, listen, Dana White, with the stuff that he does, Dana White's Fidel Castro. He's not a guy that wants to overgive you anything. He picks and chooses on who he wants. It's a lot of fighters he didn't even really care for. Like Anderson Silva, he couldn't stand Anderson Silva. And Anderson Silva really did nothing to him. It's just that he didn't like Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva was talented enough not to get beat or fight like he wanted him to fight. Francis Ngannou boxing saved Francis Ngannou, not UFC. That's why he left UFC. Dana White didn't believe in taking care of his fighters all the same way. He took care of certain fighters that he felt that he needed to take care of. Just some shit like Fidel Castro did. Let's just be real. Dude now got 30 million to roll with him, with his even got his dude. Look, he even got his driver. Exactly. Listen, Francis Ngannou doesn't have to do anything but do nothing. He can train when he wants to. I don't even know if is he married. I don't even know. If he ain't married, man, that dude can join me in Rio. Me and Francis can hang out in Rio de Janeiro for about a good month. You know what I mean? We'll go to. We don't have to go to Copacabana because I think he'll be like hoarded there. We can go to like Barra Tijuca. You know what I mean? Barra Tijuca is beautiful. That's where all the rich people in Brazil. Did he take care of Israel Adesanya? Kurt, imagine the face-to-face before the bell rings between AJ and Fury, Wembley Stadium, 100,000 fans going mental, the biggest sporting event in UK history. I live in England, Jack. Scam. Kind of. I just know if they fight in Wembley, as comfortable as it is, like I can't do it being two places at once, but I'll have to be at Wembley. I would have to be in Wembley. I would have to be in Wembley. I would have to, I would have to be there. I could not see that. And then see, here's the thing. I'm a boxing fan and I'm like, um, I'm a boxing fan before I'm a businessman. Okay. The business part, because here's the thing, I win either way. I want people to understand that. If Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk, do you think that will I be hurt? No. Will I be surprised? Yes. Will I be more compensated if Tyson Fury wins? Hell yeah, I would. That's what people don't understand. Like, I'm not like those guys that, oh, well, hey, yeah, I'm just going for Usyk because it's beneficial. No, it's not beneficial at all for me. The worst thing could happen financially for me, for views and all that stuff, would be that Alexander Usyk beats up Tyson Fury. But I just believe he's going to do it. If Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk, do you think I'll be around here belly aching? Hell no, I won't be. Because boxing is the formation and the evolution of things that happen, and you have to go with the flow. But understand, if Tyson beats Alexander Usyk, it will be more lucrative because the fight between Tyson Fury, I don't care what Tyson says. Tyson Fury will fight Anthony Joshua. He'll fight Anthony Joshua, and he'll do it in Wembley, and that's exactly what Turki Alalshikh wants to happen. Turki Alalshikh expects Tyson Fury to stop Alexander Usyk, and then when he beats him once, he doesn't necessarily have to fight him again. Do you know why he doesn't have to? It's because when Beterbiev fights Bivol, whoever wins don't have to fight the guy right away. He wants that guy to fight David Benavidez. Fair enough. He wants the same thing for Tyson Fury and Usyk. Whoever wins from Tyson Fury and Usyk, he wants him to fight Anthony Joshua in Wembley. There's no other person that can fit that slot but Anthony Joshua versus the winner out of this fight. There's no other person. And matter of fact, he may put that on the undercard. Oh, yeah. He may put that on the undercard. He may or he may not. He can choose to have a separate event in Saudi Arabia for David Benavidez versus the winner out of Beterbiev and Bivol. He could do that, but, doesn't have to, because they have nothing to do with the UK. They're not British fighters at all. But Tyson Fury is, but AJ is. So as long as he has an AJ, a UK fighter fighting whoever wins, he's good. And everybody's good. But it would be bigger if it's Tyson Fury. Imagine that. I beat the guy that you couldn't beat 2 times back to back, you big bodybuilding Dulce shithouse sausage. Man, Joshua Fury is going to ignite if he beats Alexander Usyk. His balls are going to get this big. Come on, bro. Think about it. Me and St. Don is going to be in the UK drinking. Because it's just, that's how it's going to be, and that's what he wants. Okay? So Usyk, look, everything is against Usyk, really. Let's think about it. Kurt, you will have to pull strings to get Wembley tickets. Go as media. I would have to go as media. I would have to. I couldn't go as just like a regular bloke. You know what I mean? And I think that would way it would have to be anyway, because I wouldn't be like, I would be there. It would be exciting, but then it would I would have to. First of all, I would have to get a plan from the UK. I don't know if they got Clado, or I don't know what type of cell phone provider. I would have to get a cell phone there. I could not just, I would have to do everything the way, I couldn't just film it and then, no, I would have to be live, going there live. I would have to be going there live, and I would love to be, up at a, I couldn't be if I could be ringside or I would have to be somewhere that I could see that entire fight because everybody has to see this fight. And that's one thing I know about fights. When you're live, you could get it. Man, it would be huge. Then I would go live after. You know what I mean? I would have a long weekend. I would have to bring my worker with me. Bring Team Counterpunch. We would have to go over there. He could get footage, or then he could get footage, record live. He could do that, or and then I could go and probably hopefully enjoy the fight. I would love to sit there to watch the fight because I don't want to see it's different filming versus watching, viewing. You could be ref. Nah, I couldn't be ref, dude. Mm-mm. I'm too proud for that shit. Kurt, I'll be your driver and cameraman for a ticket. Hmm. Maybe. Maybe. You know, Kurt, the true boxing needs to be put back on the map. I got a phone I can sort you and a set of wheels to get about. Tony Lyons. Yeah, I mean, I would have to like that would like Tyson Fury beating Alexander Usyk. Tyson would bullshit. He would say whatever he's going to say, but as soon as Turki Alalshikh goes and as soon as he goes, okay, stop. As soon as he goes about putting that fight into formation, Tyson Fury, see the with the money they offer Tyson, and he says no, he would be looking stupid, and he won't do it. He will give Turki Alalshikh gives people offers that they can't refuse. That's all that really means. That's all that really is. He gives you these offers that you can't refuse. James Bash coming in with that cash. Peace, Kurt. U.S. phones work in the U.K. No problem. Yeah. See, here's the thing. It's not the like I travel everywhere. I just came back from Colombia. I was in Colombia like for a week. I did Anthony Joshua and Ngannou in Colombia. That's not the point. Like that's like I was at a friend's house though doing the fight. That's not the problem. That's not the point. Peace, Kurt. Understand. I have a I would have to have a phone there with a plan that I could go live with no interruption. I don't know how good the service is. I would have to have a plan there. You know what I mean? Not just a family or a data plan, because the data plans are not what you think. They are only 2 gigs a day. I would need more than 2 gigs to go live. You know what I mean? Like I would want to have a phone from the UK. You know, a phone with a data plan, not a daily burner or no phone. No, no, no. I would need a legitimate phone from there. Last time America had an elite heavyweight was back in the 90s. You think Jared Anderson and Richard Torres Jr. will be elite in the next era? Oh God, here they're calling big time. I hate these people. Kurt, I want to be a member of Team Counterpunch. Will work for free, dog. Call Young. Man, inbox me, DeVille. Kurt. Inbox me. We'll talk. Because I mean, it's like I need to, because that's why I see this is going. Tyson Fury, if Tyson Fury can beat Alexander Usyk, Turkey Alalshikh is letting people know without letting them know. He's just letting us know, like, hey, that's the biggest fight that we're gonna have, and he's being selfless by not putting the shit in Saudi Arabia. Like, hey, everyone come to Saudi Arabia. No, I mean, not everyone wants to come to Saudi Arabia, and Oscar De La Hoya is right on this. Not every fight needs to happen in Saudi Arabia all the damn time. He's right about that. He's right. Like, not all fights belong in that part of the world. And he knows Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury does not belong in Saudi Arabia. It belongs in Wembley for many reasons. For one, for the people. For two, the size for to harvest all the people, to host all these people. You can't have they look. I don't care how much money they have. There is no stadium over there that can house 100,000 people in Saudi Arabia. There's not a stadium big enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they would have to build one, they had to start building one like, oh, fuck, last year. So no, it would make more sense for Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury to happen in Wembley. There's no other fight that could be that big to have that many people at anymore. I'm sorry, there's no other fight left. You see what I mean? There's no other fight left. Maybe Joshua and Wilder, maybe, if Wilder can beat Zhang or whatever, but Wilder ain't fought yet. So we don't know what Wilder's going to do. Maybe that could work. But dude, if Turki Alalshikh wants to bring it outside of Saudi Arabia, because if that's the case, he would bring Wilder versus Joshua probably back to Saudi Arabia. Okay? But he's bringing it to Wembley. You think that's coincidence? No. He's doing that because he knows that fight is better off at home. Okay, so yeah, he's definitely doing that. Lace him up. You can just get me a SIM, not a new. There you go. There you go. Get a SIM card. That makes more sense. Get a SIM card, put that sucker in there, good to go. Call it a night. Lace him up. Good counterpunch. Wilder is tripping on ayahuasca. I mean, I hope not. He better get his shit back together, taking that stuff. Because a lot of times, you can go on. See, there's side effects for that type of drugs too, man. Psychedelic drugs. Wilder be punching it. Maybe he just probably was tripping. I felt tired. It was 4 of them in there. It might have been 4 of them in there if you took ayahuasca. And you know what I mean? And it could be like when his blood rate or his heart rate rises, it could be, you could see some long-term effects from that, man. You don't want to try that stuff. Qatar is one of the soccer stadiums. Well, I don't think AJ versus Tyson Fury belongs in Wembley, and I think that's why he did it. He didn't do it just like, hey, everybody comes to, so let's see. See, the Qatar only holds 80,000. I just looked it up. Okay, so that's the biggest stadium at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, boasting a capacity of 80,000. The second largest stadium at the tournament was Al Bay Stadium with a capacity of 60,000. So no, it doesn't hold that. Winner of the Bivol Beterbiev versus Benavidez in December. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, he's doing big numbers. He's doing big things in the sport. And back to David. Did I talk about David for a minute? It was somebody that I didn't talk about yesterday that I want to discuss today. I don't think that he should actually. David Benavidez fighting Canelo. Just stop it. You know what I mean? I'm sick of hearing about that now. He's fighting Jaime Munguia. Boxing doesn't sell out in the Arab world. I bet you it'll sell out in Wembley. And do you think Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn would care if they knew Turki Alalshikh is fitting the bill? Do you know how much pressure that takes off those promoters? Do you know how much pressure that takes off the networks? Do you guys understand that? Like, the networks the networks will have no problem. BT Sports, Sky Sports, The Zone, they will all take part in a big event like that because they know they don't have to worry about paying Fighters, if they know the fighters are already getting taken care of, they're thinking, do you know how many commercials will go down from BT, Sky Sports, The Zone that will be promoting that? You will see that shit every 10 minutes, every commercial break from every television show, every commercial, every damn sitcom, every soap opera. You will hear something about that fight. Anthony Joshua, the former two-time heavyweight champion of the world, versus the current undisputed Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, live at Wembley Stadium. You know what I mean? Dude, you will hear that so much. People are like, oh, fucking hell, mate. People will see that and they will get tickets. And, bro, and the people that don't go, and what they will probably do, they'll probably make extra seating in Wembley. It's a stadium. They can do that. It'll probably be 110,000. It will break records, and Carl Froch will cringe. To be fair, I don't think it was a good fight at all. I don't think it was a good fight at all. Of it, Turkish, the man, big fights all the time. Yeah. And all UK fight needs to be in the UK. It's on to the UK fans that's been following the fights for the last 10 plus years. You'd expect that for any country where the fighters are based. Yeah, but understand, do you guys know that once upon a time was going to be suspended because the money was going to be financed by Saudi Arabia? Think about it. Look, if Tyson Fury would have fought Anthony Joshua in 2021, that fight would have been big, but it would have happened in Saudi Arabia. You remember that? Building a fight that will not happen. Kurt, why all of a sudden talk about AJ versus Fury before the undisputed fight? Tyson could lose that. Liam Mitchell, it's not the fact that I don't think Tyson will win. I'm just saying what people don't understand. People think that the only reason I'm going for Usyk is because, I'm against Fury. I'm not against Fury. Hell, if anything, if I was worried about money, I would be for Fury, because Fury beating Usyk is the problem that needs to be solved. That problem will be out of the way. Usyk's a problem. Okay? Usyk is the last heavyweight fighter from a country that unfortunately has problems with Russia that will probably more than likely be conquered by Russia. So, there's nobody there to represent the Ukraine like that. That whole buzz on the Ukraine, I don't think it's, unfortunately, I still love them and I still love what they're doing and protecting their own, but it's not what it was politically, Lion, I've been watching some barn finds on here, and some of the old cars are worth loads. Okay, Fury would never have fought in Ghana if it weren't for the Saudis. We might have had undisputed already. No, not necessarily. No. Maybe though. If they didn't entice Tyson, I see what you're saying. If they weren't enticing Tyson Fury with the money, he probably wouldn't have went for that. He probably wouldn't have, took it upon himself to, hey, how about let's do this? You don't give anyone an idea or a way out. But Tyson wanted that money. He wanted that damn money, man. Fear would have never fought. Okay, let's see. Kurt, I see Queensberry versus Matchroom joining forces, team up and merge, working together, partnership. They're doing it as long as somebody else is paying for that bill. When that ends, when Turki Alalshikh draws back, when he decides to say, hey, I've seen enough fights. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Come back to my country whenever you can. I think those guys will revert back to the same ways they used to be, because a lot of that is about money and it's about network influence. Okay, this is about product. This is about companies and companies are in competition, should I say, with each other. And because they're in competition with each other, that's how it's going to be. Coke and Pepsi, Reebok and Nike, those things are going to exist. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, like if I did a Pepsi commercial, I couldn't do a Coke commercial next month. That was it. You couldn't do that because you've signed a contract with one without the other, especially on a national or international level. So boxing is pretty much the same. Turkey is just like ripping he's just breaking the will of how those things work right now. Pretty much he's stopping the will. He's not breaking it. You know, I hate all this talk of Fury versus Joshua because it will make the judges and referees in Fury favor in the undisputed fight. Well, Mohammed Rehan, that's probably how it's going to be anyway. I just think Turkey didn't say I want Joshua versus Tyson Fury simply because that may sway the narrative of possibility of corruption. But don't think that it won't be corruption just because he hasn't said it. Just because he hasn't said it publicly doesn't mean he hasn't said it, period. All right. So I think Turki Alalshikh saying what he's saying, he's giving us hints on what he wants to happen. You think the ideal thing will have for him to have Usyk versus Joshua in Wembley? No, absolutely not. It's to have Joshua versus Fury, or Fury versus Joshua, or whatever. Joshua versus Fury. I said it right the first time in Wembley. That's the UK fight. He wants a huge crowd, and he wants to be that guy that saved that fight from happening, or made that fight happen. Usyk has to stop Fury. Ooh, to avoid something sketchy. Maybe. St. Don, I know you were going to say that. Great counterpunch, though. I can't be mad at you. This is what St. Don said. He said, look, judges could have robbed Usyk against Joshua in the second fight, but they didn't. See, here's the thing. The second fight, really, they could have did that in the first fight because that was in the UK. And I know what you're saying. And the second fight was in Saudi Arabia. But I think in Saudi Arabia was a neutral ground. It was more of a place that didn't really have a pony in the show, to be honest. But that's good, but I don't think they had that agenda then. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Usyk I feel sorry for. The undercard fighters will also went through 2 camps already. Yeah, well, who's fighting on that anyway? Who's fighting on that? Who's on that undercard? I don't even know, to be honest. If Fury wins, could he delay a rematch or a fight with Joshua like he did after he beat Klitschko and then be stripped of all the belts? I mean, if he did it, would you be surprised? No, I wouldn't. Why? Why would you be surprised? I'm looking forward to seeing who will be involved in the 5 versus 5. Yeah, we don't know. And the thing is, the fighters don't know. That's a good thing. So the fighters don't know what the hell's going on and who the hell they're going to fight. So it's going to be interesting, but I wonder if they will, I wonder if they will keep their word, I think the only way to guarantee that they would have, like, Turki Alalshikh would have to say who those guys are fighting. He couldn't tell Eddie and Frank in advance because they would spill that information. They would know. For us to make us think that, oh, they didn't know, they would if they tell the promoters, because the promoters are going to tell the trainers or the fighters that they promote. Bottom line, Usyk will win, then retire, belts will be vacant, and then the heavyweight division will reset. That will be ideal, I guess. Fury is a manipulator, is capable of anything. I don't see how they could keep it quiet. Turki Alalshikh, he would have to keep, the people involved, they would know, they would have a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like 5-5. I mean, like you like you only have so many lightweights and heavyweights, right? Middleweights. So they'll pretty much know, you know. I don't see how they could, yeah. Um, I think they would know. You know, I think they would kind of figure it out now. I'm fighting him. Because if it's two middleweights and a heavyweight and then some other weight class, and then you're a featherweight, you got that one guy, you know you're fighting that guy. You know? Is Fury involved? No, if Fury is involved, nothing is kept hush hush. I would like to work Frank Sanchez versus Anthony Joshua. Hmm. Okay. Fury don't have the cardio or work rate to keep up, including footwork. We'll see. You're a Fury hater. Bum, bum, bum. Big boy Donovan. Counterpunch. No, I am not. You don't want him to be the great white hope. Big boy Donovan. First of all, let me counterpunch you. First of all, Buster, that's what Tyson Fury has already been. You know, it's funny you say that because you talk like those LDBC cats, but in reverse. You don't want him to be the great white hope. What the hell does him being white have to do with anything? The same guy that says I'll never lose to a white guy. Do you realize what you're saying? Tyson Fury said that, dude. Yeah, all right, yeah. You like, you know, I'm gonna get Skrilla 50 on you. You keep it up. All I'm gonna say is, remember like Shaft when Peoples he says I go like this, I go like this, and they're gone. Fanon would school you. Fanon, Skrilla 50. Yeah, you're done. James Aban. Sup, Kurt, watching for years. Usyk wins rematch. Fury wins rematch. Fantasy Floyd versus Leonard. Joe Louis versus Ali. Hagler versus Canelo. Counterpunch to you. Ugh, let's see. Yep. Tried to tell you. You're done. Since Fury and Joshua won't be involved as the 5 versus 5. I mean, you know, I think that might have been Fanon. You know, I don't think Fanon would come on here and say, "Oh, no," he wouldn't do that. But like, that's random. Like Fanon. Okay, where did Fanon come from? I have no beef with Fanon. Fanon does what he. I don't agree with more than half of the shit he says, but I mean that's his business on his platform. You know, I don't think that he knows what he thinks he knows, but it is what it is. I mean, but Fanon would school you in what way, sir? You know, there's a reason why this man. Let's say this. You have someone like Fanon. Fanon has a following, the ex LDBC, and it's weird. He's ex LDBC, you know, and you're telling me about this guy, and you have me talking about this guy that, you know, because that could have been Fanon for one, you know, and you're saying, oh, well, you just don't want the white guy to. I'm like, okay, then Fanon. I'm like, okay, what do you have to do with Fanon if Fanon is like this pro black fighter guy dude? Right? I don't get it. But anyway, I'm not even going down there. Let me, you know. Danny Dubois versus Anthony Joshua would be interesting. No, I don't think. I don't think it really would. I mean, I think, Danny Dubois is good, but Joshua would knock out Danny Dubois. He would knock out Danny Dubois in probably about 3 rounds. You know, I mean, Dubois showed me over the fights that he's been with. You know, maybe he can get better. Or then again, maybe AJ can, like it would have to be 3 or 4 years down the road if Dubois gets better and AJ diminishes. That's the only way I see Dubois giving him an edge against AJ. Kurt sent him to the block party. Yep, sure did. I sure did. You want to see some tits? Kurt Warley versus Clark. Who is your pick? Oh man, I'm going for Fabio. I'm going for Fabio. You know, but then Clark's good too, man. Dudes look like, Clark and Fabio look like cousins. They look like that place where Curtis is from. The guy that sells the guns on Top Boy. you know? Um, yeah. AJ versus Sanchez. Fabio looks mean and won't quit. Those dudes look like they're from because it's a place where it's like those guys, I don't know where maybe I don't know, maybe Newcastle, Kurt, Willie Stroker would beat them both. Quad Life, blessings, Kurt, CP as well. Counterpunch to you, Quad Life. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Skrilla 50, just chilling, much respect. Okay. Everybody showing that love, that camaraderie. I love it. I am your daddy. I am your daddy now. Okay. Calm down. But see, Daniel Dubois is a muscled up big bastard, ain't he though? I would like to spar Dubois. Because Dubois doesn't have enough money for me to fight him. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be worth me fighting Daniel Dubois for that. But Daniel Dubois, he's a young dude too. Sanchez versus Daniel Dubois. I think he takes Daniel Dubois. He's just too explosive. You know what I mean? He has too much experience. Dubois versus Ajagba. That would be a good fight. I feel. I am very feel. Carl Young, Dubois versus Hrgovic. I don't know. I mean, that's one of those fights you just got to kind of see what happens. Hrgovic, he has the speed. He has the. I think Danny Dubois, if he hit him, if he catches him, he can take him. He could drop him. It does make me wonder, like, damn, how hard does Zhilei Zhang really punch, though? You know what I'm saying? He took out Joe Joyce. He dropped Joseph Parker twice. He dropped Philip Hrgovic. All the top guys that he's fought, that he's put them down. Guy probably hits hard, man. That's a dude I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to be in there, big ass Zhang. Some people kind of concern me. Like, no, I don't want to feel that guy's power. I don't want to feel tiny power. I don't want to feel that, bro. I just don't. Dubois would hurt a regular dude in 16-ounce gloves and headgear. Yeah, he's a big burly dude, man. He's a big muscled up bastard. I mean, but he's like, I think he's natural. I don't think he just like hits the gym all the time. He's just kind of big and stocky, You know what I mean? I think Joshua had to like go to the gym and, I was like this. Now I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's built different. Kurt, Jermaine Franklin versus Jarrell Miller. That'd be a good fight. I don't know. See, the thing is, that's an American fight, and I don't know if like we have a promoter with the finances to make the fight happen. Fury Wilder was good, but that was years ago. Yeah, that's years ago. Dubois versus Ajagba is a 50-50 in my book. I think Hrgovic is too much for Dubois at this time. I can respect that. Wilder believes in his own statue. Shit, I would too. I got a statue. You know what I mean? He's like Rocky. He could go to it and get drunk and drive to it. And then it's at a park, so he probably end up going to the park and then some OJ shit happens to him. They end up coming there. Hey, freeze! Wait a minute. That Deontay? Hey, y'all. What are you doing here? Just looking at myself. So it is what it is. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Oh, this sucks. Hmm. All right. Yeah, I've done something that okay, St. Don, I agree, but I'm American, but he ain't, but he American. I say let's go to 50. Kurt Frank Sanders versus I get Cabello. I think that'll be a better fight for Frank than Daniel Dubois. I think Frank Cabello, because see, I get Cabello. I think he has better boxing ability, and see, I've never seen a get Cabello fight before, and what I've seen, what he could do, even though he was fighting a bigger, awkward dude in Arslanbek Markmadov, I think you know, Frank ain't a inside guy. He's explosive because he can come in the inside and get it out. Most Cuban fighters are like that. They're not these inside because they don't fight like that. A lot of a lot of Cuban fighters fight like amateur fighters. Some of them evolve, some of them never evolve because they are good enough at doing what they've been doing to do and to have a successful pro career. So with Frank and Cabello, if Cabello gets on the inside, Cabello can do a lot, but then Frank has good footwork. So him coming in and out, will be a virtue, and he may be able to get Cabello. Would it be out of the question? No, but I think it would be a better fight than Daniel Dubois because I don't think Daniel Dubois knows how to fight like that. You know what I mean? I think Daniel Dubois is not a good inside fighter like I get Cabello. Sound has gone. Okay. Can you guys hear me? You talk about UK fighters, but you're American. How did this happen? Mm, I talk about fighters all over the world, sir. you know, that's crazy. I mean, what's really going on in the US right now? Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, who else? Kurt, have you seen the George St. Pierre statue? Looks like the President Obama. That's funny. No, I haven't. GSP, yeah. He's somewhere hanging out with Van Damme doing the splits, somewhere in Canada. It's gold. Yeah. Because that's where Van Damme stays, but I think he's in Vancouver, I believe. Yeah, he's in Vancouver. Fury knows that unified champions only have small windows, negotiate. That's why he wasted so much time with Diva Demands. Keep the faith. Yeah, Don, I've been watching Kurt for years from the UK. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm American, but the channel is solely British. This is a British channel. You know what I mean? So Kurt is a businessman, so he concerned the UK American market. Absolutely. I mean, I have UK and America. So that like UK is the biggest, America is the second biggest. That's what it is. That's why I don't really look at like a lot of people have to understand audiences. So if your audience, okay, let's say you're from the Philippines and you have as many subscribers that I have, but all of your subscribers are from the Philippines. But shit, there's only so many people you can talk about as certain Manny Pacquiao. But if Manny Pacquiao does anything, your views are going to be consistent with those with that audience. You know, JCVD lives in Hong Kong. I didn't know that. I know he had a place, he had a property in Vancouver. This is boxing, brother. Kurt follows boxing, period. Carl Young. Absolutely. I mean, it's just like if you're passionate about boxing, that's a world sport. Watch your mouth clocking Kurt and trying to pigeonhole him. I'll kick your ass out of here. Yeah, yeah, we've seen that. Some guy came on here talking about Fanon will school you. Man, don't be talking about Fanon on this channel. I ain't I don't have nothing against Fanon. I seen Fanon though in a video. I'm like, man, he's looking like Leonard Ellerby. He got, he rocking the white beard, and you just don't have the booty hole nose. Kurt, you seen that new film Roadhouse yet? What you think? I actually liked it, to be honest. Tony Lyons. I was a big Patrick Swayze fan growing up, grew up in the 80s and shit like that, Ghost and Roadhouse and Next of Kin. I like those movies. Shit, Point Break, right? Classic. So I seen it. And I looked at it, and then I thought about it. I was like, nah, I ain't ready to watch that right now. Like, I'll watch that going somewhere out of the country. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch like some movies I don't like to like. Is that worth me spending my time and watching it here? Nah, you know. But I mean, I've heard about it. Leonard Ellerby, doppelganger. Why no American champs then? Your impressions are A1. Robert Badea, appreciate it, man. I can debate you that American boxing is bigger. Well, I can say that American boxing probably was bigger. It ain't bigger now. I think you have to look at boxing as a world sport to make it worthwhile. See, we didn't have um, UFC then. UFC was kind of underground. That was like some UFC was like Kumite and Bloodsport like shit. Skrilla 50. The UK has more marquee fighters now. Well, I mean, people, you know, the money's there. I mean, a lot of like you got Al Heyman and Floyd and you got Tank, Devin, and then most of the people, we don't have any heavyweights for one. We don't have any heavyweights really like talking about. Effie Ajagba, he ain't in America. Frank Sanchez is, but he's not the a premier guy. You know, because he doesn't really speak English like that. I think he's working on it, but I don't have English conversations with Frank Sanchez. Why would I need to? You know, Jared Anderson is you shit. He stays in jail too much. You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz is 58. Jarrell Miller's trying to lose weight. Bars. So I mean, it like you will like it. Connor has a career in filming. Well, me and Connor may have a film together. Um, Let me tell you guys this before I jump off of here. Um, right after I filmed Black Panther and then SEALs Team, the pilot, I got casted for this movie called Knuckle. Okay. And the movie was it was starring Gary Oldman, an upcoming New Zealand actor that was playing the lead. Gary Oldman was the co-star, and they were doing auditions for a character named Bandy. Bandy was this kind of like uh, YouTube sensation. He was a knockout artist, but the fight was about an underground fighting. It's an underground fighting movie, kind of like Lionheart or some shit. But anyway, it's supposed to have a pretty big budget to it, and I got casted as the role of Bandy. So I'm like, cool. This guy was tatted up, had gold teeth and shit. He had slugs and tats and cornrows and shit. So and like so I'm working out, training for this. We rehearsed for 2 weeks for this show. Now this is crazy. We rehearsed 2 weeks for this film, and my oldest daughter, at the time, she was like 16. So I had her, because she was going to be an extras, like, because it was going to be like the ending scene of this movie. Well, truth told, some things happened in that movie that the movie didn't happen. I'm actually going to do a members only about it, here today. But the movie got rediscovered, and it's like, okay, so basically um I may be recasted if they get Conor McGregor aboard. So kind of like, hey, an if thing, but Roadhouse, I seen that and I thought of that. So yeah, definitely. The three mega movies, I love them. We've got Anderson Wilder and Charles Martin, a pretty low bar right now. Yeah, and none of them are champions, and all of them got their ass whooped. Yeah, man, lace them up. Yeah, I love those movies, man. Point Break, Roadhouse, Next to Kin, Ghost. Demi Moore was hot back then, bro. Damn, she was fine. And that ain't the Demi Moore that married Ashton Kutcher. That was like the cougar. That was a cougar one. It's sad. Shitty getting old sometimes. You know what I mean? But yeah, Demi Moore was bad. She was cool. I know Bruce Willis was. Oh! Can Connor stay sober though? I don't think he needs to. I mean, to be fair, when you're doing a movie, all you really need to do, uh, films are not like what people think. The only people that have to be sober during films are the truck drivers or the transportation. Everyone else really is pretty much high as a kite. And that's from the actors on up to the producers and directors and stuntmen. And stuntmen are on roids. Actors are on coke or other drugs. Kurt, who wins Lawrence Claybay versus Joseph Parker fantasy matchup? I don't know. This Parker, like Lawrence Claybay, beats this Parker. Now, maybe the Parker of old, maybe Parker gets him. He's just quicker. Wilder is a lot of people's hero. Yeah, he can be. Small underground following. You know, hopefully you hit the big time in movies, Kurt. You can hire me as a full time bodyguard, another Southern fellow. Carl Young, counterpunch to you. Um, it depends, man. I'm pretty self sufficient, but yeah, we'll see. Anything's possible. Hey, Kurt, can Benavidez become a champion at 175, and would you consider him a weight bully when he was at 168? Yeah, mm, weight bully, maybe. Um, so Tony T, I'm 44. You know, that's it. I'm 44. So I think David Benavidez at 168. I don't know if he's a weight bully. I don't know if he's a weight bully. I think I do think he stayed at 168 too long because he looks a lot bigger at 175. You know, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Appreciate you, Tony T. Muhammad Rihan, I don't go on football channels and know Asians in pub. Yeah, I got these spam people calling me. I hate them, bro. They're making me very mad. They call all the time. Hello. Do you like the BKFC bare knuckle, Mike Perry and company? Guys, I've saw it and I was picking up some food and I was watching it while I was waiting for my order. And dude, it's brutal. I think I would like it. Hell yeah, I think I would like. People all their noses all over here, they're all busted up. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff. You know what's going on with Ryan Garcia? Is he having a psychological? I think that man trying to get out of that fight. I'm just gonna be real with you. Ryan Garcia, I have never been convinced that Ryan Garcia has psychological issues. But if he does have psychological issues, he shouldn't be in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? I think if he wanted to prove to everybody that he doesn't, he should get a CAT scan to show, Hey, did you take too many punches to the head? You know, he doesn't look like a boxer. He's fast as hell, but that doesn't mean you can take punches like other people. You know, people like look at Julio Cesar Chavez. He doesn't have any. Mike Tyson, Julio Cesar Chavez, guys like that don't suffer any brain damage whatsoever. But some people do. It's like the people in the military that go to war, and some people can't take it. Some people have nightmares, wake up, and some people commit suicide. Some people, you know what I mean. Some people are just not cut out for certain shit. Okay, some people are. You look at guys like James Toney, a defensive genius. This motherfucker talks like he's been punched 1,000 times. He probably has. Kurt, have you seen how Andre Ward continues to bash Canelo every chance he gets? Do you think it's envy towards Canelo or just being his objective opinion? It could be a little bit of both, but I don't think he's shitting on Canelo for him. I think he's shitting on Canelo because he wishes that he should have stayed in the sport and he probably could have been as big as Canelo, because I think Andre Ward did not believe that those guys in that weight class were ever going to come to a weight class that he could possibly see himself fighting those guys. So I think Andre Ward, seeing opportunities that, now that he didn't see when he was fighting. I just think Andre Ward regrets retiring when he did. And then I think that makes you bitter. So that makes you more objective of fighters that have the opportunity and making all that money today. Okay. Because Andre Ward, he did what he did. He's taking care of his family. God bless him. He got like 4 kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, the dude's shooting the club up, people. He shooting the club up. He ain't playing. Most boxers are, though. They don't play games. They go home and make babies. Look at Manny Pacquiao when he got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. He went home and tore Jinky ass up. Jinky! Jinky! ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está, Jinky? Cántame. Cántame. Cyrax, counterpunch to you. Wilder has 8 kids. Shit, Wilder had 8 kids before he started fighting, though. Let's be real. Wilder was, I'm going to show y'all the black snake. I'm going to show y'all the Alabama hammer. Yeah, he was doing that for a while. Merryman, counterpunch to you. Wilder had, Kurt, who wins Ike Barabucci versus Evander Holyfield? I think I would go for Ike, man. I'm just, because Evander's tough, though, man. He's tough. That would be a hell of a fight because, Evander Holyfield wouldn't know bitch. He fought everybody. Evander fought everyone. He fought Riddick Bowe twice. He fought Michael Moore. He fought Lennox Lewis twice. He fought Mike Tyson twice. He fought damn John Ruiz 3 times. Man, look, he fought damn near everybody. He fought George Foreman. Look, Evander Holyfield fought everybody. And then he sounds like he sounds. He still trains like the Dickens. He's in shape. He's smaller. He's not all bulky because when you get a little older, you lose muscle mass. Tua versus Bowe. Ooh, wow. I don't know about that one. That's a big dude versus a short little big dude. But no, man, seriously. No. Holyfield is a legend. Would you enter a slap contest? Hell no. Nobody gonna slap me and I can't protect myself and get slapped back. Hell no. No. That shit'll inflict pain too. You see them guys get slapped like that? Wonder how many kids Wilder had with Marcelo's girlfriend. I don't know. He probably does. I think they're shitty brothers. Man. I know brothers like that, man. They be, sleeping with each other's girlfriends, all in competition all the time, really secretly hate each other, some old Cain versus Abel type shit. Yeah, that's bad, man. With like brothers like that, who needs enemies? You know what I'm saying? When your brother is your enemy, man, that ain't good, man. That's not good. Holyfield also fought James Toney. Yeah, I remember that. I just didn't want to bring it up. James Toney stopped him too, hit him to the stomach, hit him, knocked him out with a body shot. I love you, dog. I grew up watching you, man. I love you. Guys are getting permanently disfigured. Yeah, I don't want to see that shit. Chicks too. Them chicks be beating each other up with slapping. Bitch. You know, shit. You hit somebody in the temple, they'll take that shit seriously as soon as one of them gets hit in the temple, right, and gets killed, you know? But yeah, man, to wrap it up with Turki Alalshikh, man, Turki Alalshikh just showed us what's going on in Wembley. And it's going to be against Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury can get past Alexander Usyk, you know. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming in for this live stream. It's been fun. I got to run. I got to make more videos. Bars. Stay tuned. You guys have a blessed Monday, and everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.